Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys, and in tonight's video I'm going to be photographing a lunar eclipse. Yes, the last time I ever photographed a lunar eclipse was almost 3 years ago, and it is crazy that one is finally happening in the same place that I took the last one. I'm super excited to be taking a picture of a lunar eclipse tonight, and before that even happens, I'm going to also be imaging the Jellyfish Nebula tonight, so hopefully I'll have a sneak peek for you guys to see at the end of this video of that, along with the experience of photographing a lunar eclipse. I will be showing you guys everything you guys need to know on how to photograph a lunar eclipse, what a lunar eclipse even is, because it is much different than a solar eclipse, so make sure you guys remember that. And what gear you'll need to see a lunar eclipse, and actually you don't even need any gear. All you need is your eyeballs. Yeah, that's all you need, unless you're blind. Well, I'm sorry if you are. So come along with me. Come along with me in my backyard on this wonderful warm spring day as I photograph a lunar eclipse tonight at around 2 a.m. So stay up with me. Let's hit it. Oh, school was rough today, guys. But anyway, here we are, and we are photographing a lunar eclipse tonight. It is, let's see what the time is, 4:17 p.m. and I have a place to be soon in about 10 minutes, so I'm trying to really get through this because by the time I'll be back home, it'll already be nighttime, and yeah, I'm going to a birthday function, in case you guys are wondering. It's my sister's birthday. I'm hoping that we have some Chinese food because that would be delicious, but I need all the energy I can get for a late night tonight because the totality phase begins at around 2:17 a.m. I think, and the actual lunar eclipse starts and I think around 11 o'clock, so we have a lot of leeway time, and I also do have school tomorrow, but it's a half day, so why not just stay up? Come on, we're not a bunch of wusses here. I'm also a senior, so it doesn't matter. It does. It's a bad influence. Bad. Now I want you guys to understand that a lunar eclipse is much different than a solar eclipse, and the main point of that is, well, a solar eclipse is pretty dangerous. Here you go. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, this is incredible. That's incredible. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, lunar eclipses are not dangerous at all, so you're chilling. A solar eclipse happens in the daytime and it involves the sun, and the sun is actually really bright right now. And yeah, the solar eclipse obviously is when the moon passes in front of the sun and causes the whole sky to go dark. Well, in a lunar eclipse, basically the exact opposite of that happens. A solar eclipse requires you, for viewing the phases and right before it hits totality, to wear special solar glasses to protect your eyes because a lot of people go blind. Yeah, you do not want to go blind in 2025. But for a lunar eclipse in comparison, the moon basically goes from really bright, like a full moon, to really dark and red and kind of scary, but it's awesome. I'm telling you guys, you do not want to miss this. I have a lot of different gear for taking this image of the lunar eclipse in comparison to when I took it about a few years ago. And a few years ago, it was a little crazy, and I will go dive into that. The last time I took a picture of a lunar eclipse was, I'm pretty sure, November of 2022. Yeah, I was a little baby back then, let's put it that way. And I took school off for the next day because I knew that I would be really tired. It was a really late lunar eclipse, and I had all my gear ready. I pulled an all-nighter with my friend Ryan, actually, because we were both freaking out over this at the time. And so anyway, it was roughly about 39, 40 degrees. It was really cold, it was windy. The conditions were really not fun to be outside. I remember I was watching a live stream of the lunar eclipse because I didn't want to stay outside in the cold for that whole time, right? I had my Skywatcher SkyMax 102 and my old Canon Rebel T7 DSLR. Yeah, those were the times, and it was a real struggle getting the image. I'm saying in the sense of I couldn't even control anything because my hands were so cold. But let me tell you, photographing all these spectacles of the lunar eclipse is absolutely crazy. Not just the part when the moon is red, but literally all the parts of it. It just looks crazy. It goes through its own little type of phases, and it looks like people are nibbling and nibbling at the moon until it's all completely gone, and then it's a lunar eclipse. So it's been so long since I've seen one of these. I'm super stoked to to really get a good image of it this time, because if you guys haven't noticed, I have a whole new setup to be working with now. So we will see what happens, because I have a whole new approach to taking a picture of this, and we're gonna hopefully see what we can get. But first, that little guy in front of me is gonna have to be taking some images of the Jellyfish Nebula, which is a project that I've been working on. So we got an action-packed night full of astrophotography tonight on a Thursday. Come on. Not even a weekend? Well, it's been nice talking to you guys, but I do have to go to my function now, so. Welcome back, guys. It is almost game time. All right, you guys, it is almost game time for this lunar eclipse, and we have been imaging the Jellyfish Nebula for about the past few hours, actually, and we're almost done wrapping up our project for this, so I'm super stoked to see how it looks. The skies are clear, the forecast is looking amazing, and there is nobody out here for this lunar eclipse, just me once again and the stars. So everyone else, you know, they just sleep on this stuff, but not me. Oh man, yeah, you could really see the moon right here, right there, looking amazing. And boy, we are so ready to be imaging tonight. It's going to be amazing. Time to sit down on the most famous stoop of all, able to look out into everything, the whole neighborhood. So, what is a lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse is when the Earth is between the sun and the moon. And when this happens, it casts a huge shadow, which basically makes the moon not a moon anymore. Well, the moon is still there, obviously, but the moon's light is literally covered by the planet Earth. And because of that, the light from the moon scatters all the way around the atmosphere, and it gives us that red color that we see from the moon. Now, when this happens, when everything comes perfectly aligned, before that, you'll notice that there's a lot of phases, and they look a little bit different from your typical moon phases. Well, that's because these moon phases are very fast, and that's from the Earth slowly moving into position. Now, once the Earth moves into position, the moon stays red for quite a long time, not like 2 or 3 minutes like a solar eclipse. The moon is going to be red for a very long time. Now, one of the biggest changes that you'll see from a lunar eclipse is actually the sky. You'll notice that the sky is much darker, very much similar to a moonless sky, and that's because the moon is red. If the moon were any other color, it would really shine, and it would really be like that full moon that we see right now. So it is going to be a really cool event here. This event's gonna last hours, and it's gonna be absolutely amazing. I plan on showing you guys all the phases of the moon, and it's gonna be absolutely crazy to see the moon red once again, because last time the moon was red, let me show you guys where it was at. Last time the moon was red, it was right above this star right here. Yeah, it was right there, and it was about 5 a.m. when that happened, so that was back in November. So this lunar eclipse is going to be a little bit higher in the sky, so I'm going to get hopefully some better pictures. Once we get a little bit closer, I'm going to be going over the gear that I'm going to be using to take this image. You guys really won't have to know anything different about that, because it's all the same gear that I've been using with a little extra tweaks. Now, let's go inside because it's a little cold. I still got some waiting to do, and I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of tired, so I might need some caffeine, if you know what I mean. But let's go inside. Let's see what's going on in the casa. Here we go, guys. Second half. In case you guys did not know, bro, I love me some college basketball. Villanova and UConn, yeah, Butler lost not too long ago. So very depressing, but we were still watching this game to pass some time. Oh yeah. Shoot that, shoot that, shoot that. Oh yeah, you guys, it is that time. It is that time. Yeah, you guys are nuts if you thought that all these landmines weren't still in my freaking yard, dude. There's always something, always something. I mean, okay, I have to take a pause. Dude, I just stepped on one. I have to take a pause for all the eclipse stuff. Yeah, we almost got a, whatever this is, but look at all this poop, guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we got a whole cluster right here, a whole cluster bunch, dude. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. We are so ready. It's just, you know, it's just a waiting game now, guys. All right, you guys, here we are, and we are imaging the lunar eclipse right now, and holy smokes, is this thing looking awesome already. I'm doing a couple quick captures right now, and I'm gonna explain to you guys everything that I'm using right now. So to take this shot, I'm going to be using my standard setup that I've been using for deep sky astrophotography actually. I have my regular Player One Artemis C Pro on there to take the images, along with a SV Bony UV IR cut filter to ensure that I get the most accurate and sharp images possible of this thing. As you can see, we are already cruising through the phases right now, and obviously the telescope that I'm using is the SV Bony SV503 80mm ED doublet refractor. This guy, in case you guys can't see it, he is an absolute beast at what he does. So this thing is going to get me some amazing images tonight. Tracking the moon, which is probably one of the most important things, I have my Skywatcher GTI, which I recently purchased. Hopefully about half an hour to 45 minutes, we are going to see that moon completely red. So I'm super stoked for that. We are so close to totality, guys. I'm gonna recenter this thing and get it ready for when the actual thing happens. And that'll be happening in, quite frankly, a few minutes at this rate, guys. Just a waiting game now. All right, you guys, oh, okay. Chuck is gonna have to be quiet for a second. All right, you guys, I am noticing that the moon is starting to become red, so I'm just gonna show you guys right now. So you guys can see that the moon is starting to get much darker, much darker. Now I'm just gonna take a little picture here. 3, 2, 1, click. Now I want you guys to watch what happens when I turn the exposure up. You guys can see that that umbra is starting to come in, and we are starting to get into alignment there. Guys, it has seriously gotten dark out here. The setup doing flawless, and I want you guys to see one of the first images that we have gotten already. Look at that red color, dude. This is actually insane. I haven't witnessed one of these in forever, and I just feel like I am living the same reality as I did back at Butler in the solar eclipse. This is just one of those celestial events that you guys just really do not want to miss, and I really hope you guys are out here for this one, because this is quite magical. All right, you guys, I know it's dark, but there's a reason it's dark, and that's because the moon is gone. And right now, I'm just chilling, hanging out here on the stairs, just looking at the moon right up there, if you guys can see it, and you can see that it is completely red now. And let me tell you guys, it is truly incredible just how crazy these celestial events are. I mean, can you even picture anything like this really happening? I mean, most people just forget about this kind of stuff. And I think celestial events are really important, and you guys saw how the solar eclipse brought literally the whole United States together. I mean, let's be real here. It was covered across all news stations. There were millions upon millions of people going out to see this. And it just kind of sucks that lunar eclipses don't get as much love, because they really are incredible, just like solar eclipses. But, you know, everyone's going to sleep, and they rely on us astrophotographers to get the pictures, so that's what we're doing. I'm planning on getting a few more shots of the lunar eclipse before I head to bed, because I have school tomorrow, so it was really a time crunch today. And I will make sure to include all of these at the end of this video, because I cannot wait to show you guys my results of the lunar eclipse, and hopefully, I think we have another lunar eclipse happening in November this year, so either back home from college when that happens, or I'm at college photographing this, because boy, it is going to be a wild year, isn't it? Well, I'm probably gonna go head out and get some more images, so I will catch up with you guys soon.